And as we discussed before, I myself have got engaged. I've got my engagement crown on for all to see. Now I'm a taken man. But a few other people did over the summer holidays as well. Now, I'd probably because when you're thinking about it, these news stories pop out at you. But one celeb to get it done was Matthew McConaughey. Now,
Really?
it can be said that he inspired me. I think he was a few days before me. I said, look, if it's good enough for McConaughey, I mean,
That's why
not judging him for Fool's Gold, he still had a go at that film. I'm in. I'll go for it.
And you went out and got the exact same body as him over the break?
Yeah, and then hid it. I just buried it away under my protective pale outer shell. The thing that surprised me not was that he proposed to his partner. I think they've got kids and stuff together, so probably wasn't a shock to her that he was interested in spending some more time with her. Was the fact that in the article, like often people sort of, and I myself am guilty of this, use Twitter and stuff to tell people, hey, good news, got hitched. In the thing that grabbed me about the Matthew McConaughey situation is it said he announced the news on the social networking site that he has a share in called He Who Sayed It. He announced the news on whosay.com, which is Matthew McConaughey's social networking site. Now, I ain't a Whosay member. It sounds, for a second, when you say it over and over again, it sounds like one of Saddam's sons. But yeah, He Who Sayed the news.
Yep.
And I feel like...
What's Whosay?
Whosay is like, it's a social networking site. It's like, they've got a slight take on social networking. It's not exactly a copy of Facebook or Twitter. I think what it is you only celebrities are allowed to be on it as a poster. Yeah. You can post stuff if you're a celeb. Yeah. So Matt McConaughey is like, yeah, I'll do that.
What if your career goes down the Googler?
Yeah, you chuck you out.
Someone who
Christian Slater's not allowed to be on it anymore.
so someone would ring you
and go.
So say you're Christian, and I go, hey, it's Brent here from Whosay.
Yeah,
and you go.
I go, hey, I can't get into my account.
Sorry, Christian, you're not a who anymore, so you're not a Whosay.
Whosay what? So that's it. Yeah, you're out.
We say
you're out. So I think that's sort of how it works. That's their new take. Anyway, I felt like a chump for using. I feel like such an idiot, Ando, that I used our Twitter account to sort of let people know that might have an interest. And look, as part of the overhaul, the redesign, the development of the show, the efficiency expert recommended, I was talking to our efficiency expert we hired, he recommended to me that it would be a great idea to throw the hat in the ring in social networking.
Well, you and I wouldn't be allowed on Whosay.
Inspired by I don't like the exclusivity of Whosay. That's what irks me a little bit.
Because we're not allowed in.
Inspired by Matthew McConaughey and Whosay, I have today registered the domain name of our new social networking site.
Right.
Time to take it to Facebook. Yeah. Chumsgroup.com. Get on Chumsgroup. Yeah. Start up your own shack.
Yep.
That's what they're called. Your profile's your shack.
Okay, yeah.
Start a shack up on Chumsgroup.
Is it are girls allowed on this?
Of course. Yeah, we can all be chums. Everyone's chums.
I'm not sure about that.
Don't ruin it at such an early stage.
Seems like a bit sexist.
Jez, the web geezer, came up with the perfect tagline.
Okay.
It's Whosay for everyone. Chumsgroup.com. Yeah. Really, it's registered. Don't worry. Well, I'll have it up and running by next week.
You won't.
It's Chumsgroup. It's Chumsgroup. And Chumsgroup is Whosay for everyone. Okay. A certified Facebook killer.
Right.
Here's a couple of places we can rule over Facebook.
Yeah, yeah.
All they've got is the like button. Yeah. We have 5 buttons.
Okay. Yeah.
Like, love, adore. Yeah. Obsessed with and would die for. Only use that sparingly. But if someone puts up a photo you really love, put you would die for that photo. Okay. So like Andy Lee wants everyone on chumsgroup.com to know that he would die for the photo of Hamish in a parrot outfit.
So if I
and also
open up my shack.
Yep. And you unlock your shack.
Okay, so I unlock my shack and I look and go, oh, I've got 4 mutual chums.
Oh, that brings me to my next thing. So, there's no friends. It's not exclusive like Facebook is. Oh, someone's my friend. They're not my friend. Everyone's chum.
Okay.
On Chums Group. So say we have 10 billion users. Yeah. You've all got 10 billion chums.
You nearly said friends.
Fantasy chums. No, yeah. So chums.
Okay, so I
it's
don't
not
have any
exclusive.
mutual-
We're all chums.
All right, great. All right, I'll have a couple more
And
questions.
also,
for you. Yeah.
there's an automatic update whenever someone posts something. You don't have to wait. Like even if I haven't unlocked my shack and put my flag up,
Yeah.
which means I'm online.
Yeah.
If my shack isn't flying my flag, automatically my shack butler, who is just sort of a fun character that exists on Chumsgroup, will post. If you put something up, if you say, Andy's put up parrot photos, I'll automatically post. I'm indifferent to it, and everyone gets to know I'm indifferent to it because I haven't seen it yet.
Okay.
Which could potentially create a lot of clutter.
Yeah.
So every single photo that any of your chums, therefore everyone on the network, posts, you immediately tell everyone else you're indifferent to it.
Until you decide
to love, adore, obsessed with, or die for that photo.
Can't wait to chum it up.
Well, you'd be my first. We'll be the first chums. We'll be like Tom
chums.
from MySpace if anyone remembers him. Well, Ando, don't we have a huge task on our hands as well as assembling and preparing 2 hours of top quality radio each week?
Yeah.
We're also trying to take down Facebook with our brand new social networking site, Chumsgroup.
Yep.
It all came about when we discovered that Matthew McConaughey owns or has a part ownership or something along those lines in a social network called whosay.com.
Yeah.
We were reading an article about him getting engaged, and it says he announced it on whosay.com.
Yeah.
We looked into that. We found out that whosay.com, rather exclusively and obnoxiously, is for celebrities only.
Yeah, and we don't normally start many, one-on-one spats with celebrities. Kyle's kind of got that ground well and truly covered, but we thought, hang on.
We're allowed to do funny songs.
He can't do that.
He buzzed spats. So, we're revealing too much about how a radio station works, but much like Dungeons and Dragons, everyone's just allowed their one power.
Anyway, but with McConaughey, we're breaking the rules because we're a little angry with
Is it a
him.
spat at McConaughey, or I feel like it's a bit of a spat at whosay.com?
You're right.
Look, everyone knows and loves whosay.com, and it's worth heaps of money now. And there's a few others. There's one called Facebook that's out there. That's
not as big as Whosay.
That's having a go.
Yeah.
But look, let's not give them too much free publicity. Let's focus on chumsgroup.com. What we envisage, the world we envisage for chumsgroup.com is to do away with this sort of exclusivity that you have at a whosay.com or even a Facebook. When you access your shack, when you
put your flag up,
and smoke's coming out of your chimney, which means you're typing something.
Yeah.
Your shack on chumsgroup.com. You are chums with everyone. There's no, you're my friend, you're not my friend. It's just great. Everyone, your ex-girlfriend gets to know everything. It's just fun that everyone's... Her parents, your grandparents, see all your photos, and everyone's connected with everyone. So eventually, when we have 7 billion chums, yes, your timeline's going very quickly.
Yeah, and you can't...
Heaps of 7 billion updates.
And the ones, people close to you, like travelling overseas, you might get a glimpse of their photos. It races
flies
past.
by. But it's still, we feel the feeling of being hyper-connected outweighs that
annoyance of not being able to catch up with
having to filter
people
through
you like.
a few billion.
Hey, can I ask you this? With chumsgroup.com, are we giving everyone a AAA pass, or is everyone just general admission?
What happens when you join chumsgroup.com is you get a unique number, or a chumba. I'm Chumba 1, you're Chumba 2.
Yeah.
We just had to do it from...
Chumba Wumba.
I'm Chumba 1. I get to sing Tub Thumping whenever I'm online. No, it's just sort of done... The decision between you and I was just sort of like a alphabetical surname system. I got Chumba 1. Cackling Jack's Chumba 3.
Yeah.
So everyone gets to... I'll be like, I on Chumsgroup with you, I'm Chum 161, Chumba 161. And you're like,
I'm Chumba 3 billion.
Oh, you got a big round number. That's a bit of an exciting Chumba
really
to have.
Exciting. And I actually envisioned a world where people don't have names anymore.
You just chumbas.
You just chumbas.
Wouldn't it be easier rather than hi, I'm Dan? Dan who? Wouldn't it be easier to go, hi, I'm Chumba 5,687,925,681. I'm that Dan. So everyone, anyway, we're making an easier world. Obviously, there'll be no war because how many times have you ever started a war with someone that's on a social network with you? So if we can all get on, we're all chums, no more wars. That's certainly a positive. Certainly, look, not the main reason we're doing it, but yes, world peace would be a nice feather in the cap.
Hey, at the moment, we gave Jez, our web geezer, who's Chumba 4,
of dozens of chumbas, by the way, so far.
A chance to build the site by this week. He hasn't.
Do you know
and so
what?
now he's having to put in the chumbers manually. It's upsetting him. I got a tweet just come in from Dominic, who doesn't have a chumber yet, so I can't call him Chumber Unknown, who said, I just sent an email to Chums Group. How long does it take to process? Great question.
Really good question. You might have seen the movie. Jez is outside working furiously.
Jez is saying that he doms on now. He's got a chumber now.
On the movie Social Network, the reason Mark Zuckerberg is up all night writing, doing all that stuff in his computer, it's because, as Jez is finding out, there's quite an intricate thing setting up the code for a website.
And just having to do it manually for one guy is going to be tough.
So at the moment, the website is just a list of chums. We don't have the shacks or the shareability. And also, one of the big things is when you post a photo or something, it goes to everyone in all the chums in the world, and it automatically, the feedback is, I'm indifferent about that photo until you update it. You can like, love, adore.
Go nuts about, was it?
To die for was one of it. There was 5 options. Obsessed with and to die for.
Yeah.
Anyway, so you've got 5 ways of feeding back on stuff. Let us just play you so far where we're at with the marketing, because to get up to our few billion...
but do go onto Chums Group.
And become a chum.
Become a chum.
Get your chumper.
Get your chumper. Jez will be having to manually do it at the moment until he stands up and tries to work out some code.
Computers were meant to have been invented to...
avoid that.
Lower the amount of labour humans need to do manually, and Jez just hasn't quite got that yet, but he will get that.
We need some more money for a better marketing plan eventually, but as with all small groups and kicking things off, we have got a little idea.
This is our buzz campaign. Hey, have you ever wanted to be on Who Say?
Yeah, all the time.
Well, you're a fool then, because Who Say is so yesterday.
I thought Who Say was really tomorrow.
It was tomorrow 2 days ago, making it yesterday today.
Well, then what is the social networking side of tomorrow?
I'm glad you asked. Hi, I'm Hamish Blake, co-founder of Chumsgroup.com. Proper website coming soon.
And I'm Andy Lee, also the co-founder of Chumsgroup.com.
Proper website coming soon. Weren't you just advocating Who Say?
I was joking.
I knew that, and it was a great joke.
I'm excited to share Chumsgroup.com.
Proper website coming soon.
With the world.
Me too, chum. Right now, we have the best computer brain in the world working round the clock to activate this exciting new social networking site just for you. What are you doing this weekend, Jez?
A bit of football and stuff.
Yep. Anything else?
Running maybe, and I've got a friend's party.
Cool.
Whilst version 1.0 is live now, as you've just heard, 2.0 is just around the corner, so you're only moments away from setting up your shack and having 5 different ways to enjoy photos.
And don't forget, you're automatically chums with everyone on the network, so there's none of the annoying adding you get with other social networks you might have heard about around on the internet.
Get ready to share all of your life with everyone in the world as we all become chums together in chumsgroup.com.
Proper website coming soon.
Together, we're all under the same umbrella.
2 chums up. Proper tagline coming soon. At the moment, we're trying to take down Facebook.
Yeah.
People might have read in the paper this week that Zuckerberg and Facebook are looking at floating the company. Company's valued, depending on who you talk to. I talked to, my guy. Yeah. He reckons $100 billion. Yeah. But he mostly just sells fruit at my local market. Yeah. But that's what the people are saying.
90 to 100.
90 to 100.
I like it how there's a deviation.
It's a $10 billion deal. If you guys fall short, just sling one our way. If it's so rough to you guys. Yeah. Make Zuckerberg worth about $28 billion himself personally as the major shareholder. We are trying to take down Facebook at the moment.
Well, no, we are.
We are. It's happening. Yeah. Chumsgroup.com. 2 weeks ago on this show, we launched Chumsgroup.com as our new social network. And in that time, it's grown from 0 members to now over 3,000, which is infinity %, which is definitely a statistic Facebook's super jealous of. Yeah. And I don't think it's a coincidence that this week Zuckerberg has panicked and is trying to, float the company, sell it off, just cash in. Yeah. At this stage, everyone's going, $28 billion, that's what you're worth. I know for a fact he would be happy just with a nice house and enough for a holiday, and he'd be happy to walk away with that because he knows the empire's crumbling.
It's like when John, your housemate, tried to sell as many rollerblades as possible because he knew they were going to go to fashion for the rollerblades.
He'll take them for $60. Yeah. And I'm not talking ex-rental. I'm talking K2s in the box. So Zuckerberg's fire sailing at the moment because we've started up chumsgroup.com. Now, there have been a few hiccups. Jez, our web geezer, he's but one man. And
barely.
It's the responsibility has fallen on a set of shoulders that does not like responsibility.
Yeah, weak shoulders.
The amount of time spent yelling, we're taking down Facebook, far outweighs any sort of FaceTime at the computer, figuring out ways to make Chumsgroup work. Now, let's just recap a bit. Chumsgroup, so exciting.
Yeah,
You're friends with everyone. You have a shack. You don't have a profile. Profiles are dead. Shacks are in. Yeah. You can pimp your sill.
Yeah.
I don't think we've talked about that before.
We haven't.
Pimp your windowsill, because your photo goes in the window of your shack, and
yeah.
you can customise your sill.
Yeah.
Go to the sill shop. Some sills cost money. Shack bucks. Some sills are free.
You put your flag up when you arrive, and when you're typing something, an update, smoke comes out your chimney.
I was having, that just shows, you're online. Yeah. You got smoke in your chimney. Yeah. I was having dinner after the show last Friday, out with my fiancée Zoe. A guy at the bar came up and said, "Congratulations on you flying the engaged flag above your shack." I'm also in Chumsgroup. So
did we make that up, or was he?
Quick little brainstorm happened at the table, and we've decided that, yes, there are over 200 kinds of flag you can fly from your shack. It avoids having to think of status updates.
Yeah, exactly.
We'll have a flag that everyone will know what that flag means. Yes, you have to buy the flag code book.
Yeah, with Chumbucks.
With Chumbucks. Yeah. But you still, it's like, yep, I can see Andy has an off-torp flag.
Yeah.
And that means he's on his way to the cricket.
Exactly.
And when he gets to the cricket, he'll change his flag to magenta, and that means you're at the cricket. And it's just a much easier. It's why the Navy uses flags to signal rather than tying up the phone lines.
This is all great in theory, but so at the moment...
Anyway, that's our dream. No, that's where we're heading.
At the moment, Chumsgroup only is a list of people. They get their number, their chumber. Yep.
If you go to chumsgroup.com, you'll see roughly the first 3,000 chumbers.
There's been great Facebook updates, people on Facebook telling us about Chumsgroup, which is slightly offensive that they're using Facebook to give us updates with regards to Chumsgroup.
Flies in the face of what Chumsgroup's all about.
But this is Chumber 804 here. Great work, guys. But I really want to open my shack and get flooded with people's updates. Jezza, come on.
Yep. That's the thing. We got a network now, and we owe them some shacks.
Yeah.
And when you have your own shack, you get every single person on Earth's. I mean, 3,000 is great. We're on our way to 10 billion, and that's our goal. But you get everyone on Earth's updates all the time. So it's a real buzz to see what everyone on the planet's doing.
Jez is working on version 2.
Yeah. Which actually has shacks. At the moment, it's just a list.
Yeah. But go there and get your chumber.
Jez, I found out today, illegally inserted his girlfriend in at Chumber 3000.
Did he really?
Yep. And put Dancing Monkey, which is his busking act, where he just dances in a monkey suit, in at 1,000. So he's buzzing all the good chumbers.
This is quite a serious. Well, do we remove Suze?
Yeah, I told him to get rid of it.
And then does everyone...
I mean, it has to go to, if in the order of application, to be chumbers. You can't just be willy-nilly appointing all the good ones to yourself.
And so, hang on.
I had a bloody angry fiancé annoyed that I didn't save a good chumber for her. And I said, you got to register.
Exactly.
When we find your email, we'll have to do. We can't start this company off on an illegal footing. Now, look, you can play swapsies with someone.
Oh, yeah.
If you find someone that has the chumber you want, by all means. I mean, you're friends with them on Chumsgroup, so.
But we do want to live in a world eventually where no one has a name, and because so many people are on this site that they just call each other by their chumbers.
Yeah. I would like people to change their chumber as often as they change their name. So it happens, but we're not doing it all the time. And celebrities, kids probably do it more often than not.
Well, if we strike Suze, Chumber 3000 from the record.
You can't ban anyone from Chumsgroup.
Exactly. But does everyone move up? Or like a retiring, great rugby union player, we just rest the number?
We can't rest the number either. We need all the numbers we can. We're going to have 10 bloody billion people try and get on this site. I think, unfortunately, what we do is it's like an election when it's rigged. You got to recount it. We got to go back and all those chumbers from 3,000 on, we reassess.
But some people might be attached to their chumber now that they've got one. And
this is exactly the conversation I tried to have with Jez about why you can't illegally be just handing out the fun numbers.
Why don't we auction Chumber 3,000 off for a charity?
We could. Yeah, we could, Ando. But I have a dream where my children will grow up in a world and be judged not by their chumber, but by who they are. And unfortunately, with this sort of chumber racism that Jez is thinking one chumber's better than another,
exactly.
He's gone mad. Hamish and Andy, Pants Off Friday.
A lot of people like the softer exit of this one, mate. So.
Yeah, and they love me talking over it.
No.
I've seen people at clubs saying Hamish and Andy.
Just got a hate tweet.
I got another tweet too going, hey, I just sent a hate tweet as a joke. I know you'll get a Hamish, but Andy won't because he operates on a lower level.
No, I didn't see that tweet.
Yep. No, I've just got set it to Uber tweets. So you have to pass an IQ test to access those.
Hey, good news.
Ooh, over the piano.
Great news, by the way.
This is huge. And
I don't know why we're even on Twitter.
I was just on my Twitter to shut it down. I was just seeing if there's a button you can press to explode it. We're going to disband Twitter, disband Facebook.
Yeah.
And everyone is.
Maybe.
Today. We're working on it.
Yeah.
Trying to figure out how to do that. Everyone will be today because, ladies and gentlemen, the launch of our social networking site 2.0 is live. It has gone live. You've probably heard in the media, or someone has run into your office, someone's run in and shaken you from a deep slumber, or if you work in an air traffic control, someone's just yelled, call in sick, I don't care what you do, because get out of work, come home and start chumming.
Yeah, Chumsgroup's been updated. It's kind of like iPhone 10. It's that far advanced, I think.
Well, in terms of the leap from version 1, which was a website where this was a list of people that were chums, and their chumbers, what you now see when you go to chumsgroup.com right now, if you want to, is an actual website. If you already have your chumber, if you are a chum and you've received your specific number.
We should point out, if you've just joined the show for the first time, obviously Facebook, too confusing.
Too confusing,
too exclusive.
and it got a bit lazy.
It did.
It got a little bit lazy out in front. Zuckerberg got a bit carried away, got the film out, and just thought I can put my feet up.
And a bit exclusive. You can only be friends with people that request you as friends, etc. With Chums Group, everyone's chums. With everybody.
You're all chums.
You're all chums.
You don't even know what a friend is because a chum is a better friend.
You don't have a profile. Boring. You got a shack. And
if there's smoke coming out your chimney, you are online. You have a flagpole next to your shack. Whatever flag flies, whatever the colour of the flag is, we all know as chums what that means. It could be an emotion, activity, or both. There's 200, count them, 200. We'll pick up the cost for that on our servers. 200 available colours for your flag to express how you're feeling or what you're doing that day. It saves a crazy amount of time. A lot of people struggle with status updates anyway, and that's a thing of the past. So we've solved that.
Currently 6,971 chums on day one. If you want to log in and become a chum, the great thing about it is because you're chums with everybody, suddenly I've got 6,971 friends just like that.
It feels really good.
And I can see them, they're just updating, and you get everyone's updates because you're on the Chumber log because you are friends or chums with everybody.
Yeah, just reading out some now. Chumber 6949. Chums Group is where it's at. Cool. Hey chums, says another. Chumber 4775. Sup chums? Yeah. So this is an example. This is live Chums Group now on your radio. Yeah.
Can I just read out a bit of at hamishandy.com? You go there and you can give us direct feedback as well that won't get lost amongst 6,000 other.
It's not lost, just hyper connected.
Okay. Nick Charles said on Chums Group 1.1, version 1.1, a greedy chum had two chumbers. That's his chum number. Tom Worthy was chumber 915 and 916. Yep. Wondering whether it's an Australian federal. Should we alert the Australian Federal Police? Guess what? He doesn't have that anymore, everybody. Harry Nguyen said he had sent 2 applications to Chums Group and would like to remove one of them. He didn't want to steal a fellow chumber's number.
You're still going to jail.
You can't do that anymore under the new system, under version 2.0.
Ando, sadly, I found out just cruising through some of the chums from before, someone has already impersonated me. I am Chumber 1, but someone's lied and used my name to sign up, and then their chum date was just, I'm fat.
But that could be another Hamish Blake.
Yeah, it could be the Hamish off Biggest Loser, actually. There is a big Hamish on Biggest Loser. But can I just remember, I mean, if people, I don't want to be hacked already, I'm Chumber 1. So if I want to tell you guys I'm fat, you'll just hear it from Chumber 1 himself.
Already over 7,000 chums and growing. Make sure you go to chumsgroup.com. What we want to ask, though, is status updates on Facebook are laborious, really difficult, too many options. What do I write? Too hard.
What do I do with all these letters on this? It's sort of like this big calculator with letters on it that's attached to my screen. Yeah, keyboard. Don't worry about it anymore.
What we've done is we've got flags that denote just the amount of how you're feeling or the activities you might be up to. What flag, what colour flag, everybody, on 131060 would you like to mean something?
We need activities from you. We've allocated 200, so that's probably too many. But 200, all it needs to do is cover human emotions and activities.
What
stuff do you do that you would like a flag colour to represent? So if you jet ski a lot, good for you.
Yeah.
We're all chums. Yeah. We're happy for you. But you're going to need to say if one of the colours needs to represent jet skiing because I jet ski.
I just wondered, Ham, if I could throw one in the mix to begin with.
Yep.
Orchid, the colour orchid. At our house, we've got not a tandem driveway, but tandem carport, but a 2-car carport. So you have one behind the other.
Yep.
Always switching the cars around. I'd love orchid to be switching the cars around.
Yeah, you can make that. Okay. Switching the cars.
Yeah, cool. So
can we have one, if we're going to do household stuff, can we do one looking for popcorn?
Looking for popcorn. What colour would you like? Can I suggest...
Some sort of yellow?
Yeah. Could I suggest then perhaps, I don't know, a honeydew?
That could be looking for honeydew, though.
Yeah.
I'll buzz that as well. Looking for honeydew there, and give me a red for looking for popcorn.
Okay. You sure we want to give 2 of the 200 to...
We got 200, man. We're rich.
No. I don't want to flippantly give away them now.
Looking for chocolate.
You're only getting popcorn.
Oh. This is already a coup. All right, well, you get the idea.
13, 10, 60. What activities do you always do? What emotion are you feeling?
We spend 150 flag colours on looking for different types of food. Give us a buzz. We have 200 colours of flag, changeable colours of the flag that will be outside your personalised shack.
So instead of a status update, you just fly a different flag and everyone knows what colour flag.
Everyone's like, that's easy. That's maroon 4. I get that. There is actually a colour called maroon 4. I guess we stopped there because maroon 5 is a band and it might be too difficult.
Can I suggest one that's come in on email for a maroon, and maybe we use maroon 1 for it?
Yep.
Or maroon. I hate Mondays. Is that status?
Perfect.
So maroon 1 is just hating Mondays.
Chumba 1 gives it his vote.
Okay, great.
And here's something I think we need to do. The very top colour flag on the drop-down menu is Indian red.
It is.
I think we need to make that choosing a flag. So you come into Chumsgroup, you log on, you immediately fly the red flag, the Indian red flag. Yeah. You're choosing a flag.
Like that. Really like that. What about this one, Ham? I'm just going to suggest rosy brown as the colour, but the suggestion is experiencing the Frank effect.
Yes.
So listening to Frank Stallone's Far From Over.
That seems to be about one of the 200 things people do.
And rosy brown obviously represents the colour of his half jacket.
Yeah, it was pretty rosy, wasn't it? It was a suede up close, but it seemed like a rosy brown.
Lucille on 131060. What colour would you like and what activity should it mean?
Hi, guys. Love your work. It should be pretty obvious, but my colour, I think, should be bitumen grey.
Okay. What does it represent? I mean, pretty obvious, but...
Yeah, pretty obvious. Driving. You sort of tend to see that colour quite a bit when you're on the road.
That's great.
Can we make it going for a drive? Because we do not recommend using a mobile device to update your Chumsgroup flag, while driving.
And
hearing that, yep.
And we'll change dark slate grey, as it is at the moment, dark slate grey 1 to bitumen grey.
It's out. Okay, great. Yeah, Lucille, you got that chum meaning. You got that flag colour.
Chris, 131060.
Chumba 5441, how are you? Yeah, Chumba 1 and 2 here. Very good, mate.
Congratulations on the lawn.
Oh, thanks you, Chris. Thanks for being a part of it.
I've seen you hanging around the shack. It's good to finally talk to you in person.
Yeah, well, that's what mine's about. It's the colour black I want to take.
Yep. What do you want it to mean?
Just prowling.
Yep.
Yeah.
No way, Andy never really has to change it at all. You know what I mean?
Just lock it in.
Just leave it up.
Take the ease off our mainframe a bit. Just give Andy a permanent black flag.
Yeah, that's it, eh? That's an hassle, so...
Yeah, we might actually fly a black flag off Andy's head. So it'd be like a pirate flag, so people know what he's up to all the time.
Chris, my concern with black as the colour, and I'm fine with
Same colour as your balaclava.
Just when he's looking through people's windows.
No thanks, Chris.
Yeah, we'll put a little graphic of Andy. When he flies his black flag at his shack, he suddenly appears at the window of your shack, prowling in.
Perfect.
Or on your roof.
Well, the problem
like a little ninja Santa.
Our at this stage, Chumsgroup isn't developed enough to, when you're flying a black flag, it obviously it changes where... No, you can fly a black flag, but it is a bar underneath the colour, underneath your name.
So it's the background of your name.
Yeah, the names are also in black, so you can't see anyone prowling.
Oh, really? So when you're prowling, everyth's a bit secretive, is it? It's perfect. 5441. Thanks for the call.
Thanks, Chris. Emma, what's suggestion for the flag colour?
I thought brown.
Mm-hmm. There's two browns.
I did suggest looking for chocolate before, but that was overruled.
Yeah.
What would you like brown to be, Emma?
Picking up poo.
Yep. Because I know when I find poo, I often I want to run inside, get on Chumsgroup, and just fly the brown flag for a moment.
It's got historical meaning because in the 1800s, when you had to pick up poo, you would obviously run straight to a flagpole and put up a brown flag.
You'd see a pirate ship and go, oh, no, it's pirates, and then they'd fly the brown flag, and you go, we should attack them now. They're picking up poo. They're busy.
Why don't we change chocolate 4, which is a colour? There was only 3 chocolate colours, but chocolate 4 to poo brown.
And it's great because when other
that's
poo. Perfect. Yeah. I mean, it can just be that brown, but when other chums on the Chumba log see you're flying the brown flag, of course the natural instinct is for all the other 10 billion eventually chums to go, what sort of poo is it? Whose poo? Are you on safari? Do you work at a zoo? You've got a kid? What sort of poo? What sort of poo do you normally pick up, Emma?
It's mainly horse poo, but there's alpaca poo, dog poo.
Oh, lots of poos you can get. You find a mammal, he'll do a poo. That's sort of the rule.
I'm forever picking up animal poo.
Well, good on
do you work in that line? I mean, if you're an accountant, that's weird, but are you an animal person?
I live on a farm and I'm a vet nurse as well.
Makes more sense.
Yeah.
Makes more sense.
We look forward to seeing...
I work at a donut factory. I'm worried. Ando, can I throw a couple more?
We look forward to seeing Emma fly the chocolate 4 flag.
Yeah, fly that chocolate flag, and that's what you do at work. Can I throw a few out?
Go
just
quickly.
Yeah. Can we get a colour for one that says that is experiencing deja vu?
Oh, okay.
Because if you keep going back to it, it will become a bit of a self-fulfilling prophecy.
What about peach puff as a colour?
I love that.
Okay.
And another one, and this I know we have to move on, but it's an exciting day. When everyone in the world is on Chumsgroup, we're going to have to accept that we'll have criminal friends, have criminal chums.
Yeah.
Because unless everyone stops committing crimes, you're going to have crim chums on there.
That's true. But once they
and I don't want to start up crimchums.com
no.
for them just to go on because, I mean, we'll forget about that side of their life for a little bit. They can be a chum. Can we make a flag colour on the run? Because often, criminals on the run go on Facebook, and this would just be a nicer thing to do, I think, for them.
But my
just
worry
to let
is
the police know.
Do you reckon?
It's if you're a chum, if you're a real chum, you'd be honest.
Let's make sure it's a high visibility colour then.
Yeah, like a fluoro green. You're on the run.
Hamish and Andy.
Fresh off the heels of Rihanna stealing a song from us, another big pop player has stepped up and tried to pilfer from the people.
It is. If you have just joined the show today, it is a very exciting day because we finally launched chumsgroup.com properly, our social networking website.
People's social networking.
It has to be the People's because one of the great things about Chums Group and the reason it has killed Facebook is you're chums with everyone. Yeah. And it's just such an amazing feeling. In fact, to quote one of the chumbers that recently posted on the Chumba log, the vibe in here is so much better than Facebook. And I think that sums it up amazingly.
Having a beer has been upgraded as one of the colours. It's like a frothy yellow.
Excellent.
Which is good news for the flags that you fly to upgrade your status.
A couple of people are already flying the black flag.
So they're prowling.
So a couple of your brethren are out there prowling. This would be annoying for you because we still got a good hour and 5 minutes until you can put your prowling shoes on, grab your grappling hook and get out on the streets on a Friday night and start prowling around. But fair's fair, give them a head start and you might see them out there on rooftops and peeping through windows later on.
We've got a meeting point.
And we're all excited. We're loving the fact Chums Group's up and Zuckerberg is packing his office as we speak. But sadly, we weren't allowed to enjoy this victory the way we were hoping to enjoy it because someone else has stepped up. Lady Gaga, coincidentally, I doubt it, this week has come out and said, I'm going to do my own social network as well, like Chums Group.
You copied Madonna, now you're copying us.
And we heard that, and we went, look, this Gaga, Stephanie, if we can't call you by your real name.
Yeah,
Steffo.
Come on.
I don't think that's a real name. No. But look, Gaga, don't be trying to copy Chums Group. This is pathetic. It's some sort of monster. No, you don't get a shack, you get a monster cave. You don't have a flagpole, you fly a monster rag or something. Yeah. So she's just clearly copying Chums Group. Yeah. And we sit there going, well, is this a bit unfair that she's got this celebrity? She is the celebrity endorser of her monster social network or whatever it's called. We need to get celebrities. We need to do a singing celebrity group, ideally, to represent Chums, to be our celebrity endorser. Jackpot, Salt and Pepper, 90s R&B band.
Yeah,
Salt and Pepper absolutely agreed to be the face of Chumsgroup. Yep. We love the brand values that Salt and Pepper stand for. Yeah. They are chums. Yeah. The relationship between Salt and Pepper is what we hope the relationship between all men, women on Earth can be. Race, colour, creed, religion, doesn't matter. We want everyone to be as good of friends as Salt and Pepper are, and that's why when they said to us, yes, absolutely, we'll come on as your celebrity
No one's more chummy
ambassadors.
Than
They're the greatest chums on Earth.
Yeah.
And so we were bloody stoked when they called us back and took the bait and said, yep, we will do it. And when we hate Lady Gaga.
And they'd prepared a song, which we couldn't believe.
They flicked the disc to us today. I don't think it's been played anywhere else.
No, endorsing Chumsgroup. We've got it for you here.
Thanks, ladies. We are Salt and Pepper. You look good today, Salt.
You look great, Pepper.
Thanks, man.
I mean, girl.
Thanks. Am I on? Am I on? Am I on? Yeah. Girls, what's my weakness? The internet. So what's this stuff about Lady Gaga? I heard it this afternoon in my car. My hat flew off. It went kind of far. She's messing with our whole way of life.
Rip off, what's the dealio? You rip off our boys and that's for show.
Woo!
They beat Facebook and they'll beat you too, cause that's what these web dudes were born to do.
Chumsgroup.
You're our enemy, we won't forget you,
cause we're the girls from Salt and Pepper. When it comes to websites, we've made our choice. So come on, people, let me hear your voice. Woo! We hereby endorse this site till the day we're through.
We're the official face of
Chumsgroup, group-a-doop, group-a-doop, Chumsgroup, a-doop, Chumsgroup, group-a-doop, Chumsgroup. I love you, Chumper One. Respect.
Hey, chumsgroup.com. For people who've just joined the show, maybe for the first time, welcome, is the social networking site, which is just bringing everyone together. It's not exclusive. You don't have your own friends and you can't see other people. Everyone sees everyone of everything.
You know what I don't like about Facebook, Ando? And I don't wish to speak ill of the dead because now it's sort of over. But when you signed up to Facebook and it goes, here's your profile, it's very police station, makes you feel like a criminal. You know, you got a profile. Criminals have profiles. Yeah. When you sign up to chumsgroup.com, you get a shack. Yeah, it's a fun place to escape to. It's sort of like a holiday.
Very Jack Johnson-esque.
Very Jack Johnson. Yeah. I mean, don't confuse it with the Channel 9 afternoons show The Shack with Nitro and his friends doing science experiments and a guy in glasses often going down a roller coaster or in a water slide.
On rollerblades?
Don't think of it like that. It's just a fun place to escape to. You go to your shack, you fly your flag. Yeah. There's over 200 colours to choose from. They all correspond to all the different various human emotions or activities you can partake in, and it's just easy.
We discovered during the week, and we couldn't believe this, that the theme song for our website was actually penned in 1920.
This is what they call a soft launch, because you get a theme song out there a good 80 years in advance, and it kind of builds hype, and that's why we thought the hype for Chumsgroup was at its peak because of the fact this song had been around for 80 years.
This is the official theme song.
Being a chum is fun, that is why I'm one. Always smiling, always gay, chummy at work and chummy at play. Laugh away your worries.
Cool.
Don't be sad or glum.
I won't.
And everyone will know that you're a chum.
And
laugh away your worries. At work or at play, you're always a chum.
Yeah, so it's really good. Apparently, Graham Kennedy took it under his wing in the 30s, Ham.
In the 30s?
Yeah.
Again, a good 25 years before TV was invented or relevant, just on the radio.
On the radio, on the wireless. So it's not the first time it's been played. But it was all obviously heading towards Chumsgroup.
Always getting accused of copying Kennedy. It's something we'll never escape.
Hey, talk us through the genuine feedback. You met a lady on the street.
I'm not joking. I was in I was sort of in a food court, just getting a coffee, and I heard a phrase that I've ever since we started this, dreamt of hearing. I just heard, hey, Chumber One, which is exactly how we wish human beings to be referred to one another as, just by your Chumsgroup number. You get assigned one when you join, unless you joined version 1.1, and then some of you got reassigned a number, but that's all over now that we're at 2.0. Everyone's Chumber is there to stay. Yeah. And I turned around beaming, and she said, I'm on Chumsgroup. And I said, that's fantastic. I said, that's not unique. I think by now everyone in the world is, but that's great to hear. And, I accept what no doubt will be a huge praise that's about to come from your lips. And she said, I've just got a few questions about Chumsgroup. She said, because I went on there and I'm trying to get into it, trying to sign up. And I said, before you ask me, can I just record this so I can play it back to Ando?
Good.
So here you go, Ando. This is real-life feedback from one of our chumbers.
Chumsgroup. I'm a member.
Yeah.
I joined last week.
Do you know what your chumber is?
16,000 and something.
Yep, great. Yep.
It was on Monday, actually, because I put, I think, the purple flag up.
Oh, yeah. What does that mean?
I hate Mondays.
Correct.
Yes.
Yeah. And how are you liking it?
Yeah, it's all right.
Yeah.
I'm not really sure what else I can do on it.
Are you just enjoying the vibe in there? Are you loving
enjoying
it?
the vibe, yes.
Better than Facebook?
Oh, for sure, sure. Yep. I love it that I've got like 16,000 friends.
Oh, we're all chums? We're all chums?
Yep. I don't know what else to do on it besides...
Have you logged on?
Not since Monday.
And have you posted anything on the...
I only put about Monday. I used the purple flag, and then I just wrote a thing about Mondays.
Yeah, great.
Yeah.
And so what's the problem? I mean...
So she's suggesting that there's not a lot more you can do than fly a flag and just post something.
Isn't that weird? Because it's sort of like she admitted that she went in, she logged on. Yeah. That's a lot of fun. That takes up some time. Yeah. And I think everyone enjoys that. Yeah. She flew a flag. She posted something. I mean, what else do you want to do on there? I mean, do you know what I mean? And like, for example, right now, what flag are you flying?
Me?
Yeah.
I'm flying, I think I'm flying a listening to Hamish Andy flag.
Cool. I'm flying deep pink.
Yeah, what's that?
Partying. and just, it was kind of weird to see people out and about anyway. And look, I'm reading one straight off here. I mean, come on, I don't know if this is the real Carl Sandilands or not, but Chumba 7063
probably
is flying writing a letter to the Queen flag, which is a blue, and and Carl's written, I don't know what else to do on it. Now, Carl, you're part of the station, mate. You of all people should be getting in there. Steve Chapman, he's Chumba 22,332. He's in transit at the moment.
Yeah, he's driving his car.
He's enjoying the vibe.
Okay. Look, I tell you what we do, Ham. Yep. Let's put our heads together and work out another function by next week. We won't discuss it now, but by next week, let's add another function.
I've got a loose idea.
Okay, we don't have a lot of time, but go for it.
What? When I say Disneyland, what's the first thing you think of?
Mickey Mouse.
Disney dollars.
Disney dollars.
Right.
Yeah.
Your own currency. You're not official. You're not a big deal until you have your own currency. Okay. We've mentioned Chumbucks before.
We think Chumbucks could be good.
Once a jolly Chumbuck purchased me some merchandise, as the song goes.
Okay.
I think by next week we sort out how people can earn Chumbucks on the site.
And potentially pimp their sill.
And potentially buy a new windowsill colour, but even if you can imagine better things than that.
Hamish and Andy. I tell you what, it's been only 3 weeks, I think, since chumsgroup.com hit social networking scene. For people who've just tuned in for the first time, welcome.
Welcome, and good news. You probably already are on Chumsgroup. You'd have a chumber by now, a Chumsgroup number, and you'd be enjoying the 30-odd thousand chums that are on the site. Everyone's chums with each other. There's no favoritism.
Like
there's no racism in a way, I suppose. I'm not accusing Facebook specifically of that, but it does seem very segregated on there. Everyone's friends. Everyone loves each other on chumsgroup.com. We don't think about the fact that, when we get all the population on chumsgroup.com, some will be criminals and whatnot. We're very forgiving. We're very loving. Everyone's on there. Everyone's chums.
Everyone's chums with everyone. You can't specifically have your own friends. It's just everybody's chums with everyone, so it's very inclusive.
We're all people. We're all chums.
Hey, this week, we mentioned last week that the opportunity to get Chumbucks would be great, but we didn't know how that was going to happen.
Very exciting news.
Yeah.
If you go to chumsgroup.com today, we have introduced a brand new functionality on the site. So let me just backtrack for 1 second. Currently, the site does everything you want it to do.
100%.
You log on, you enter your chumber in, you go to your shack. You can select from over 200, well, actually exactly 200 different colour flags that you then fly outside your shack.
Shack instead of a profile.
It just makes better sense. It flies outside your shack, and it represents any one of the 200 human emotions or activities that you could be experiencing at that time. It's a very easy way to tell everyone how you feel, what you're doing.
Much better than at a status update.
Numbers are confusing. Letters are confusing. Colours are the language of love.
Yep. And flags. That's why they use them in Grand Prix. And
why do you think they use them in the Navy?
Yeah.
You think you're better than the Navy? You're not better than the Navy. So basically, you're as good as the Navy.
Yeah.
You've got your flag flying. And it's a very simple mechanism. Then you type in something on the Chumba log, and all your chums can see it. And
it's everyone.
Just a great system. The vibe in there is crazy good. Yeah. Everyone really enjoys being part of Chumsgroup. Could it get better? We didn't think so.
No.
We have devised a way for you now to get chum bucks. So if you go to your shack, say if you're already a chum or you sign up today, there's a little bag, little money bag, chum bucks bag.
And a road to the factory, the chum buck factory.
Next, at the moment, when you first go there, you'll have 0 chum bucks. It's next to your flag outside your shack. Yeah. Can't miss it. It's right there. You go to the factory. You can now make chum bucks at the Chum Bucks factory. Here's the best bit. You can make as many as you want. We are now on the way to having our first chumbillionaire.
Yep.
If you can only make them 10 at a time.
So it takes a long time.
So you got the chance. Yeah. You make 100.
What do you use?
Do it 100 million times.
What do you use chum bucks for?
So chum bucks at a later date will be able to purchase you many, many things.
Yeah, okay. I.e.
from the chum store.
Yep.
I.e. A flagpole cleaning kit.
I feel like you've just made that up.
I haven't, because over time, those flagpoles are going to get dirty.
Yeah.
And if you want your flagpole to be the cleanest possible,
it's a picture.
You will get a flagpole cleaning kit. You might be able to upgrade your sill for a couple of million chum bucks.
How many chum bucks would the cleaning kit set you back?
70 grand.
Okay.
It's a bit like flybys. You really do need a lot.
But
you're able to make them for free, Andy. I think you're missing that point there. And all your friends, when you put something in the Chumba log, all your other chums can go, oh, Andy's doing well for himself. He's got 31,000 chum bucks.
Yes, that's true. Two other things. A cucumber may appear.
We do need to talk about the security update.
Yeah, it's 2 security updates. First one was just we've put a picture of a security camera.
Don't tell them it's a picture. We put a security camera on every shack, and we'll pick up the bill for that.
But the thing was, it's kind of like when people just put cameras up at their house, they're not linked to anything because it gives the appearance.
And you don't say that out loud.
Oh.
You tell everyone, my dad's got a security camera to impress them. So you've got a security camera at your shack.
Yep.
You go there right now today. That's on the house. We put that in ourselves. We'll cover the cost. It's on the shack. We'll cover the cost of that. That's we're not going to charge you any chum bucks for that.
No.
And also, this came to our attention during the week. We do an additional podcast sometimes for the show called A Board Meeting.
Yeah, you can get that at HamishAndy.com.
Chumba already existed as a word. Yeah. We didn't know this, but it doesn't just mean your unique number when you join Chumsgroup. It doesn't mean that's not the first time Chumba has been used. It's the act of surreptitiously putting a slice of cucumber on someone's shoulder and continuing talking to them without them noticing. So in honour of that manoeuvre, and as a security feature, randomly and at any point, a slice of cucumber can appear on chumsgroup.com in the corner of your screen, and it will shut down Chumsgroup for that session until you click on the cucumber, until you find it, detect it, click on it. That's just sort of a test to make sure you're not a robot.
Yeah.
Because a lot of, we're scared of maybe spammers overtaking the site. So the cucumber security feature absolutely takes care of that. So there you go. A couple of great upgrades. You can get chum bucks now. Cucumber might pop up. All makes perfect sense. It's a great website.
We've got a crisis on our hands. If you thought the Labor government was in crisis last week,
if you think Greece is in trouble,
yeah, exactly.
Our virtual world that we've created, the website that took down Facebook, took down all forms of social media.
And if you just tuned in for the first time, welcome.
Welcome. Obviously, you know of it. Chumsgroup.com, the biggest website in the world. Yes, you are listening to the two guys that whose brainchild it was.
Zuckerberged it.
All we wanted to do was create a world where everyone was chums with each other. There was no people that had more or less chums than anyone else. And then once we'd successfully created this colony, I suppose like all civilizations, we realised that if it was going to grow, we needed currency. Last week on the show, we launched Chum Bucks, the way for any member of Chumsgroup, any chum, to click on a button and go to the Chum Bucks factory and through a slightly labour-intensive process, make 10 Chum Bucks at a time. The dream being that we would see our first Chum Buck thousandaire and then eventually maybe a Chum billionaire.
And I guess, Haim, we would work out what people can spend their Chum Bucks on.
At a later date. We thought we'd introduce the currency first and then make it a bit of an economy that people could spend money on. So it came as a surprise when we realised that some members of Chumsgroup had billions of chumbucks. One in particular we have on the line now. His name we will give only as Tim because it is his first name. Tim, for the record, how many chumbucks do you own?
Oh, it's somewhere just above 2 billion.
2 billion. 2 billion. So you're a billion. You're a chum billionaire.
Yeah, it's actually the most you can get. It sort of caps you out there.
Okay, now Tim, did you do this in the correct method by going to the Flash Animation Chumbuck Factory at hamishandy.com and clicking on 3 buttons in a row that gives you 10 chumbucks?
Absolutely. I spent about 3 days straight on it. So
You're lying.
It's impossible. You would have only had about 1,500 chumbucks. Tim, it's clear that you've used some wizardry to
You're a hacker, Tim.
to peek behind the iron curtain that we thought did protect the back end of chumsgroup.com. Was it hard to do? Was it hard to hack the website?
Hacking's a pretty strong word, and no, it wasn't. The cucumber that was pretty full on, but I was able to break through that barrier and work it out.
We did put a picture of a security camera on everyone's shack. We thought that would really step up security.
Yeah,
how did you get past the security camera?
Well, it doesn't really do anything, does it?
Oh, yeah, the fact that it's just a picture, is that probably...
We thought it'd spook people. Tim, if we introduce things to spend your chumbucks on, like there's been talk about people can maybe upgrade their sill on their shack, maybe you can buy some plants to put out the front of your shack, would you consider giving the 2 billion back that you created?
Oh, well, I think I've earned it, haven't I?
So, Tim, what's your setup? I like
Where are you going to say? Where are you storing it? Have you got some sort of Swiss Chums Group account that you've funneled it into? Because I mean, as Andy and I are sort of like the ATO here, and I got to say, you came up as a red flag when we saw that you had 2 billion.
I mean, what's the current exchange rate to Australian dollars? Because I'd really like to get it converted.
At the moment, you've got $2 billion of a currency that can't buy anything, and we're realising. I mean, this is what happens when you try and create a world and a civilization. You've got to have things pretty airtight. What we face now, as Andy and I, as sort of the administrators of this society, we face a rapidly devaluing currency.
We don't know what it
means for Chums Group. It's forced us to reassess. I mean, we can't take the chum bucks off you. Like you said, you earned them unfair and square, but you still earned them.
Tim, what we're going to do is we'll let you go, but straight after this song, we're going to speak to Wayne Swan, the Treasurer of Australia, and find out what the printing of $2 billion of chumbucks.
Because it means in one fell swoop you suddenly had more money than everyone else combined.
Yeah.
And we want to find out what that does to an economy. Is there a future for chumbucks? Or are we like Venezuelan dollars? Do we now just have too many for them to be of any use? But Tim, we salute you as the first chum billionaire. Well done.
No worries. Thanks very much, guys.
Cheers, mate. Wayne Swan, the Treasurer, after this, everybody. In the meantime, Ham, I'm not sure whether Amy will want to be associated with this.
Well, technically, by making the podcast free, paying for it for everyone, they are associated with everything.
But it's bad news.
All right. Well, let's do a 2-second break, and then they can be separated from that. 1, 2. Okay.
100 to 100.
Yeah. We're back on just Hamish and Andy turf here. Look, for the regular listeners of the show this year, they would know that we decided to start our own social network to take down Facebook Chumsgroup.
Success.
It worked.
Yeah, it worked.
Facebook, as everyone knows, crashed and burned a few weeks ago. Panicked, they went offline. We won. That was a great feeling. There's no denying that. We took down the biggest company in the world. Unfortunately, Chumsgroup got so big and so monstrous with its 41,000 and counting chums online that we, as Chumba 1 and Chumba 2, we realised, and we talked about this last week on the show, that the website itself was being hacked, viciously hacked. I don't understand the web language or anything, but according to what the hackers told us, the back door was wide open, and they're having a field day in there. We invented a new currency, chumbucks. You were meant to make chumbucks legally at the factory, 10 chumbucks at a time. We spoke to a guy last week that had 2 billion.
Yeah, Wayne Swan, the Treasurer, came on.
And he said, due to the hacking, we were just getting ready to float the chumbucks on the International Money Exchange to see how many chumbucks will be worth $1. Wayne Swan dropped the bombshell on us that he would not accept that Australia would not partake in a float with the chumbucks. Now that because there was too many, they're essentially worth less than nothing.
They're worthless. Haim, to our dismay today, and it appears like
Hackers are back.
Hackers are back. All week, hackers have just been hacking the crap out of this website.
The hack's back, and back in a big way.
It's a hacker's hack.
Because
I don't know if it's anonymous, if it's those guys.
All I can say, Ham, is
WikiLeaks. Someone's hacking us.
There's a bit of Assange about it, isn't there?
Stink of Assange. I found a blonde hair on the website. A very white hair. And it's at the lab as we speak, Assange.
I'm on chumsgroup.com at the moment.
Yep.
And I'll tell you what I see.
Rome hath fallen.
The security camera's broken.
Ouch.
It was
first thing you do as a hacker. Kick the security camera in.
Where someone's shack would be, the window's broken, someone's hacked that.
It's hacked to pieces.
Someone's made it on fire. The factory's on fire. There's lightning in there. There is a dancing computer that just dances now in front of people's shacks. No one wants
people
that.
started loading these images on and we couldn't get them off.
There's a hot dog with mustard and what appears to be lettuce over the top of Chumsgroup.
Gross. What a gross hot dog.
Which I can't get.
The ultimate insult.
We can't get it out.
What we've done is we've just had to go, look, okay, what started out as a utopia, as what was meant to be a paradise, no laws, freedom. People abuse that freedom, and it's now just been destroyed. The Chumbucks factory's on fire.
Is this the perfect analogy for what happened on the island? Or
it's what happened to the Roman Empire.
Or Lord of the Rings.
Yeah.
Lord of the Flies, sorry.
Yep. And Lord of the Rings.
And Lord of the Rings. The thing got too big. The ring got too big for them.
Yeah, the ring, that did burn it. So essentially what's happening is Chumsgroup has collapsed under its own weight, like a giant star. And what was once the destination hotspot on the internet, the must-hit website, is now a rabble. And look, it's going to remain functional, but at this stage, it's cost Anna and I a pretty penny to keep Chumsgroup running. The news that we could not turn Chumbucks into money has meant that money will never be recouped. But unfortunately, the hackers have sort of won. The website will stay operational, but I tell you what, it's a war zone there. It's like bloody Mad Max. It's post-apocalyptic.
It's terrible. And all you can say, still join up.
But we just are really going a hands-off approach now. Chumba 1 and Chumba 2 will check in on it. We've got a bit of a message at the website there to just say, look, it has eaten itself. But, Ando, and this is the but. We are not heartless.
No, we're not going to walk away.
We're not going to walk away.
Jeez.
Everyone had the chance to make Chumbucks in the Chumbucks factory 10 at a time. A lot of people, as we mentioned before, hacked it. Can I just give you some statistics on the economy, the chumosphere of what's out there? Currently in circulation, there are 460, roughly, billion Chumbucks.
Yeah, right. Which would take around about 35 years to actually...
With millions of people doing it, to actually legally make them 10 at a time.
Yeah, so that's been hacked.
Of the honest Chumbucks that were generated, 11,600 were honest.
So out of the tens of billions, only 11,000 were made honestly.
Made honestly.
Okay.
It's now, for that reason, I mean, they're out there and there's a couple of guys that are really rolling in Chumbucks. As we now have to walk away from the website because it's eating itself, Andy and I would like, for the people that wish to remain on chumsgroup.com,
which
we will as well, and use it as the world's premier social networking site, it's now just a little bit more vicious in there. You're going to need some spending money. You're going to need some walking around money.
Yeah.
We are giving every user 1 million Chumbucks. We're paying you out. It's a payout. Everyone gets 1 million Chumbucks.
So, yes, there you go.
One other radio show makes everyone
Chum millionaires.
Yeah.
And I tell you what, that's a stimulus package if I've ever seen one. That's going to go live now. If you log into Chumsgroup.
That's about 40 trillion. I think it's 40 trillion. It's a lot that we're dumping in there.
You're welcome.
You're welcome, guys.